Welcome back. It's that time of the show where we get interactive and you tell us what you think of some of the topics we've posted on our social media pages. And Aisha is here to tell us, give us tidbits on what it is we're to expect.
Now we're going to do the actual.
Okay,
because I didn't get to do the teaser. I mean, I was doing one or two things, right. You know that. But it's time to get interactive, and you know how to join the conversation. It's on Facebook and other social media platforms. On Facebook, it's facebook.com/joynewsontv. On Twitter, it's at joynewsontv. And on WhatsApp, the number is 0560800000. And the rule is that you send your name and location while sending that message. And please, you don't call. All right. So President Mahama has been accused by a section of the public who have watched a circulating video on Facebook and YouTube of sharing money to some selected people during his campaign tour. While the Chief of Staff explains what the president gave out was possibly flyers, others are convinced it is actually money. Well, let's see the video which has been trending on Facebook and YouTube, then we can look at your comments. Okay, so this one, the evidence is there to speak for itself. So I want you to tell me what you think of the video and what if you feel he should have done that or not.
I believe people have to be motivated. It's not just about giving something out. If I give a good speech, that induces you to give more. It means I'm giving you something. So I wouldn't say it's a good thing, but then people have to be motivated. In any way you want to motivate somebody, that is up to you.
If it's to induce and buy people mindset, you know, just to vote for you, to me it's right. It's not right. But maybe as a form of something for your own party members. I can't really, because all political parties have their own forms of, you know, undertaking to motivate their people. But in an instances where the president is being subjected to some form of criticism as to something has gone out of his hand into the public domain, which probably must be coming from the public office, then probably it's more or less like he's buying, you know, people into his ideas. But I believe if it is something purposely meant for his own political party, why not? They have sponsors who normally sponsors them. So if they can give out something to their own political parties, that is fine. But to something to buy out something, we are all trying to condemn it, whether it be any form of a gift just to get people's attentions and vote. That one, the society condemns it.
I have actually seen the picture, and I'm not too clear or too sure what the president was actually giving out. But no matter what it is, trust me, he's the president of the country, and then everybody is watching you. So if it is money or if it's not money, I don't think the president's supposed to actually be giving anything out. The president has people working for him, and the chief of staff is there, his followers are there, they can be doing those things. But for the president to be giving out something to be seen, I don't think is the right thing to do, because, you know, the opposition is watching you, everybody is watching you. and then you give out something, whether it's money, whatever it is. I don't think it was right for the president to do it.
I think it's not bad because he's the president of the country. Even if people are looking at you, it shows how cordial you are with your citizens.
So why are you selecting some people? Why are you being selective?
What shows he's selecting?
He wasn't in the video. He wasn't actually giving it to everyone like that. He had people he was calling out whilst the car was moving, and then he was giving it to them. So the question is, why is he being so selective in giving it out?
I don't really know. I can't really tell about that. But then I don't think it's the right thing to do if he's being selective. He should give it to everyone.
Okay, so those were your comments from the streets. Let's see what people are saying on Facebook. And Araba is trying to get the messages on Facebook. I'll take messages on WhatsApp. And Fatau Salifu from Bokrum says, I think the MPP is disturbing President Mahama, and they should leave him to do what he feels so that they can get more votes during the 2016 elections. Mohammed Adnan from Salaga says, haha, Jem is very interesting. He thinks money can buy our votes. That can never happen. We'll help him chop the money. That's if he gives it out, and in the end we'll show him the way to Bole Bamboy. And that's coming from Adnan. This one says, no wonder Jem and NDC are seriously abusing incumbency. Sharing cash. Allah is watching. Kawawa. And he sent it from Boko. Aliu Mahama from Busa says, votes buying spree from Mahama. I saw what he was sharing. Feel it was money. How long will he continue to share this money? And King Solomon, okay, this from Sumaila from Daboya. He says he's right but not legal, therefore he should have done that. And that's from Sumaila from Daboya. Jane Song from Wa says he promised to put money in our pockets, and he's delivering in diverse ways by setting the pace through infrastructure development, and this the direct way to, because he is not stingy and he was only giving to the needy. And that is coming from Jason Aliu Maham. Okay, Aliu Mahama from Busa, he says, I was surprised to see the president share money to supporters. How on earth can Mahama reduce presidency to that level? No wonder. Someone is calling my line. Please, the rule is that you don't call. Okay, and this one is coming from who? Bugri John from Elmina. He says, I don't think what the president gave out is money. Whatever attempts the oppositions pursue to mar the integrity of the president for the sake of votes shall not stand. Ghanaians shall decide on December 7. And it's coming from Baguri John from Elmina. Let's see what's coming on Facebook.
Okay, Pajo Paul Moore says it's money, but it was not meant for enticement. Remember, those chasing the convoy were all NDC supporters, and so with or without money, they were going to vote for JM. He was just charitable. For those saying taxpayers' money, President Mahama's salary is paid to him after tax deduction. So his take-home salary and how he uses it cannot be a subject for public probity. Danny Kojo Ampofu says, if he had transformed Ghana the way they want us all to believe and rewarded them with 4 more years, he wouldn't need to share money on the streets. John Mahama has failed Ghanaians. NDC is expired. Lennox Kwame Wanda says it should be money, but the chief of staff claims it's just paper. Mahama paper, I guess. But the fact is, no one will be so excited about just a piece of paper like we've seen in the video. So definitely it's money, but all the same, so that's how, all the same, I think that, let me see, I think almost all the people following the convoy and cheering him are his own supporters. That's the point that was made by someone else there as well. And the very final one, Nanai Oseyal says, it's simple as this: Mahama, shame, 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 shame. In fact, double shame to you for bringing Ghanaians presidency to such a low. Ghana now needs special cleansing. So
Before I move on to my next story, this one says, it's coming from Equal from Boko. He says, please, Sister Aisha, I'm broke. Please get me some of the JDM flies so I can check my how far. Yet they can't pay allowances. All right. So a funeral home director in Houston is allegedly taking selfies with hearses and caskets, posting some of the airy images on Facebook. ABC13.com reports that a dead man's relative made the shocking discovery last weekend during services for her 32-year-old cousin. She said her cousin's body was placed in a hearse, and the funeral director, David Jones, took what appeared to be a selfie with her cousin's casket in the hearse behind him. Now, the family is threatening to sue the funeral director. What did he do wrong? Do you think the family is overreacting, or the funeral director actually disrespected the family?
I want to believe that we all have different cultures. In some culture, they don't want their, let me say, dead bodies to be seen, pictures of them to be taken and then to be published or to be posted in the social media. So if they are really taking action against the director, I think that they are not overreacting, because they want to portray the fact that they respect their own, they respect the man, and then you can't just take pictures of them and then just put it somewhere. So I think they are not overreacting.
The dead is dead, and then you have to be respected. Some people actually value people so much that they want them to rest in perfect peace, and then that burial respect should go with them. So I personally think that it's important. Even if I'm dead, I want to be respected.
What is your take? Okay, I think it's not right to just be taking a pic of someone. Even if I'm passing and someone takes a pic of me, I have a right to arrest the person. But nowadays we have it on social media. People take pictures with corpse. People take pictures with the dead. Okay, during funerals, you see them taking selfies with the dead. What's wrong with this? Is this new? It's new, yes, because like first there was nothing like that. But then the body is, even though the person is dead, he's still like the person belongs to me. Yeah, it's my family member. So then if you want to take a pic of the person, you have to come to us and respect us before you take the pic of the person. You can't just come and be taking selfie with the dead body just like that. So what are you going to use it for? That is the question. That's his work. He's a funeral director, so he's going to, like the way perhaps I'm a journalist, okay, and then whatever I do, I put it out on social media. So he's also putting it on social media so that anyone who sees it would go like, okay, let me go and arrange for this man to come and take coverage of my funeral, okay, my brother's funeral, my sister's funeral. So is there anything wrong with that? Yes, he should seek permission from the family members. You can't just come and take a pic like that. Okay.
Okay, so interesting comments on that. Let's see what people are saying on Facebook. I'll help us do that.
Hack the Banging says, this is really bad and filthy indeed. Taking selfies behind a dead person would never suffice the love you have for the person. I don't quite get that, Hack the Banging. Roger Haruna says, if care is not taken with the way we take pics of anyhow like it's food, a time will come when instead of helping someone dying from accident, we will rather want to take selfies and post it. It's madness. I kind of agree with him to some extent. Manuel Guza says, a picture speaks more than 1,000 words. This is a popular quote and we all know it. I think this is exactly what David was doing. As a contractor, he doesn't want to use so many words to convince his potential clients. Hence, taking photos and putting them on his Facebook page or profile was an easier option. To me, nothing is wrong with it. That's an interesting perspective. Hamza Idrisi says, hey, ha 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 ha, this man pa, what's next? Selfie with the cops. Should I say Masrisa? Amar Bimpon says, why is the family furious? Will the attack on the man bring back their dead? Beg, shine your eye. And Mohammed Astro Damongo says, it is really bad indeed. Taking pictures of a dead body and displaying it on social media does not make our social media environment a suitable one. It's morally unwelcome.
And Japheth in Sawam says the funeral director went against the will of the family, and the family have the legal and moral right to sue them. And I shall tell the director to come and take some with me, okay? I need more pace. And he has laughed. He says, I laugh, enter, Udumi. He didn't get anywhere to enter. Udumi.
That's where the corpses are.
Japheth. Okay, this one says, why should he do that? Does he want to join the death? And that's coming from Sly from Ho. And this one says, which religion does a funeral director belong to, and which religion permits that ugly act? That's not biblical nor Quranic. And you didn't add your name. Okay, so can you imagine, as a staunch Christian couple were introduced to Facebook, they started by posting a picture of them lying naked in bed after lovemaking. Judging from his earlier posts, Onesimus Kinyoa is a humble, God-fearing Kenyan man in his 30s whose only sin so far would be punching the church's keyboard a little too hard. His ministers in his church, and he plays the keyboard for equal measure. When he posted the bedroom photo of himself and his wife in bed with a caption, Babi and me, enjoyable day, his friends were not impressed, with many of them slamming him for his bloodshot eyes and not so cute wife, with some reading, hey, if you want to post bedroom photos with your madam, at least let it be cute. Question I ask, what was your craziest post on social media that got you into trouble or generated so much criticism?
But for the pastor, well, like he said, he's new to Facebook, and is that an excuse? I mean, before you join Facebook, there are rules. There are so many conditions that you have to agree to. So perhaps he couldn't have read all that, and he just posted the picture. He's new to Facebook. Not everyone would have had the proper know-how, or would have look at the guidelines that come with being on social media.
Pardon him because of that?
I'm not saying we should pardon him, but the thing is, not everyone will know what to do, when to do, what is right and what's not right. Like he said, he's new on Facebook. He probably thinks it's just something that he and his wife could. He's new. He could think it's just he and his wife that we're going to see it. So you can't blame him, and you can blame him as well. So right now that it's gone viral, I'm sure he will learn more about social media, and then he will know how to take good care of himself and conduct himself around when it comes to social media.
Okay, what did people actually, how did they react when you posted your picture on Facebook?
As for me, because I'm a model, people really concentrate on my pictures. There was once I posted a picture and my bra cup has shifted, and that day, in fact, the messages I got and the DMs I got on Instagram, it was really bad.
Did you delete the picture?
Actually, honestly, I didn't delete it.
Why?
Because it's a picture of me. And then if the photographer thinks the picture is not good, he wouldn't have sent it to me, or he wouldn't have even posted it on his own page. So if you have a problem with my picture, that's your problem. It's not my problem. And it's not sinful. If my cup has shifted, it's nothing that is sinful.
I think people make other people's businesses their business.
Okay.
Social media can be used for good and bad things.
Okay.
If I post a picture and maybe my top, my bra hand happens to show, it's one of those things. Fine, some of us may not feel comfortable about making our bra hand show and everything, but I don't think it gives you the chance to lash people or vent.
A lot of messages coming up there, but I sincerely believe this pastor didn't know. He didn't even know the picture was going out. You know, in this age of a lot of apps on your phone, some features people don't even know how to use.
Exactly.
Maybe he just pressed something and the picture went agog. My lecturer will say agog.
It could be. Let's take some responses from Facebook. And Slim Richard says, Ha 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 ha. Asemo. This social media, gone were the days you just go and do your thing and you go home. Now look, now who calls out? Even Kweku Abronoma says, I did some editing and placed a crown on my head. 2 years later, what my friends did to me upon seeing the picture, I cried. Lucius Derry Whitfield says, it's not their fault, but the one who created the account for them, like you were saying, Aisha. Jamila Tahir writes, also for selfie. Firstborn, and Adam says, and so, well,
and Mahama Idrisu from Abossey says, Aisha, it's morally wrong to expose your nakedness on social media. Akko Sadiq from Chirkmini says he's new on Facebook, of course, and I think I agree with you on that. This one says, I posted a picture of a girl and I was chasing, and she refused to accept me because I posted a picture without her consent. She said, Facebook lover. It was not easy with me for that day. And that's from St. Japheth from Islam. Then that'll be all for the interactive segment. My name is Aisha Ibrahim. Good evening.